Welcome, dear children. I, Mrs. Amita Ravi, your computer teacher, is back to take your computer classes. Today, we'll be discussing about Chapter 3, more about Microsoft Word 2010. Now, children, we are already aware what is a word processor. MS Word is an example of a word processor which helps us to create and edit documents. In your previous classes, you have already learned how to create a document, to save a document, to open a created document, as well as to print and close the document. Today in this video we will be learning few more advanced features of MS Word which we will be learning both theoretically as well as practically. So let us see the topics that we are going to cover in our video are the topics that you haven't learned earlier. They are page orientation, page size margin, header and footer, paragraph indentation, borders and shading. Let's see them one by one. Page orientation. Orientation word means the direction of the page which you are going to use it for creating your document. This depends entirely on the requirement of our document. The page can be arranged both horizontally as well as vertically. So the two types of orientation are portrait and landscape. Let us see this in a word file, how it appears. When you open the word screen, the screen appears in front of you with a blank white page. I have typed here few paragraphs so that you understand the formatting options that we are going to do now. So for page orientation, we need to click on the layout menu. Inside layout menu, you have the orientation tab. When we are clicking on it, the portrait option is selected by default by Office 2010. Now this portrait means the page will be lengthwise more as compared to breadth. That means when we have more number of rows in our document, we will be choosing portrait orientation, whereas when we have more number of columns in our document, then you may choose the landscape. Now you may see in this, when it's landscape, the paper is longer in its breadth, whereas lesser in its length. The next topic is the page size and the margin. Now children, you know whatever you type inside the page is depending on the size of the page you use. That means as per our requirement, we can even change the length and breadth of the page. And the blank space that is present all around the text or a particular page is known as the margin. There are basically four types of margin: up, down, left and right. Like your notebooks, even in Word documents, we have four types of margin and they are very well depicted by these two rulers. There are two rulers present in the document. One is the horizontal ruler and the other one is the vertical ruler. Horizontal ruler helps us to adjust the left and right margin of the page, whereas the vertical ruler helps us to adjust the top and the bottom margin. Other than this, when we click on the margin tab, there are certain set margin options available to us. Again, by default, we follow the normal option. You may change it to narrow. Narrow means the blank space left will be less and the typing area for creating document will be more. The other options are moderate, wide, mirror and office. Now mirrored option is usually being considered when you type a document for printing a book. You all know, children, the book is binded from one end and the second end you open it. So in the case of mirror, the one side page left margin is more and the other side page right margin is more, so that when the books get binded, the text doesn't get hampered. Then let us come to the next topic. Other than page size and margin is the header and the footer. As the name suggests, header is something which would appear as a heading and footer is something which is going to appear as a footnote. Therefore, the text or image that appears on the top margin of every page of the document is the header, and the text or image that appears in the bottom margin of every page is the footer. Children, you would have seen in your course books or your story books, there are certain things printed on every page of the document, but we don't need to type it on every page. Let's see it practically. If I wish to add a header or a footer, we'll have to click on the insert menu. Towards the right hand side, there is the option of header. With the help of header, we will be right now adding a text as a heading. You have seen as soon as I clicked on header, above the blank area, that is above the top margin, the cursor is available for me to type. Now I am typing here computer book. This text which I have typed can also be formatted like the usual text which we type inside our documents. That means I can change the font size of this text as we do it for other text. We can make it bold, italics or underlined. So now you see computer book has appeared as the heading of my text. Coming out of header, I can simply click on escape key. When I increase the number of pages in my document, like pressing enter key, second page has appeared. See, automatically computer book has appeared as the heading of the document. If I keep on clicking the enter key, the number of pages of my document will keep on increasing, but I don't need to type the header again and again. It will automatically appear on every page. Same ways, if I wish to insert the footer, we need to click on insert tab, footer option and select the type of footer you want. Children, basically footer is used for giving page numbers. So you would have seen as soon as I clicked on footer, automatically a page number appeared here. So like the way we did formatting of header, you can even format the footer, increase the size of the page number. You can make it bold, you can make it center aligned so that the page number appears in the center, and pressing the escape key I can come out of the footer. Now see, in second page itself it has appeared both computer book as header and page 2 as footer. Scrolling down, computer book as header and page 3 as the footer. So this can be incorporated even if you have hundreds of pages in your document. Isn't it a wonderful formatting option? Next is paragraph indentation. Indentation stands for adding or removing extra space from the left side or the right side margin of the page. Again, children, this depends entirely on the requirement of the document. If you wish to increase or decrease the margin from left and right, you will have to select the paragraph indentation option from the page layout menu. Clicking on the layout menu, paragraph group is available in front of you, which gives us two options: indent from left and indent from right. Please see very carefully when I am going to indent my first line typed in this page. I am increasing the left indent, clicking on the arrow, and you can see the left margin is increasing towards inside and the paragraph is also moving towards right hand side. That means the blank space towards the left side of the page is increasing with the help of left indent. Same ways, when I'll be increasing the indent from the right hand side, you will be able to see that the blank space from the right hand side increases. For increasing it from the right hand side, I'll show you for the second paragraph. Let us select the second line over here and we'll increase the right indent now. The right tab is moving towards inside and the right margin is increasing, whereas the space in between the page is decreasing. So in this way, children, you may arrange the indents as per your requirement of the document. These can be again made to set as the normal by clicking on the auto or by clicking on the 0 option from the menu. Coming up next is the borders and shading. This is a wonderful formatting option provided in MS Word. Borders help us to add outline border to the selected text, paragraph or to the page, which enhances the look of the document, whereas shading helps us to apply background color to the selected text. So let us see it practically. For applying border and shading, let your page be selected. Then going to the home tab, you may go to the option border and the last option available is the border and shading. Now children, there are two options. Either you can apply the border to a selected paragraph or to the entire page. Entire page borders gives us two ways. One is the line borders, which are again available in different style. Second is the artistic borders, which are ready-made available to us. It depends. If we are creating a formal document, we may go for the line borders. Like you can see the change in the document. It has enhanced the look of our document. If you are typing an informal document, then in that case you may choose the artistic borders given over here, which are very beautiful once inserted. Just see the entire look of the document is changed over here. Coming up next is the shading option. For shading a particular paragraph, simply click and select the paragraph first, then go to the border and shading option. From the shading tab, you may select any color of your choice, whichever you wish to appear as a shading option, and then simply click on OK. See, the selected text has appeared with a background shading. So this is going to enhance the look of your document. So hope, my dear students, using these options of MS Word, you would be able to create interactive documents in MS Word depending on your use. Like I, being a teacher, can use it for creating question papers or assignment worksheet, and you, being a student, can use it for creating your homework assignments and presentation. So along with the video, do keep reading the book step by step so that you follow them while you are doing it practically, and stay protected, stay connected and stay safe. Thank you.